Puddins, what is up? Today's video is going to be the long-awaited get to know me, get ready with me video. And it's a Q&A video. I just want to let you know there were a few questions asked, so I'm really happy to answer them and to comment on them. But I am also doing a little spin where I throw in some extra facts, and then at the end of this video you get to vote on the next story time that I talk about on the Get Ready With Me, Get to Know Me series. So the first question is, was I born and raised in Asheville, North Carolina? And that answer is yes. So on March 2nd of 1989, my parents got married and then had me January 7th, 1989. If this says anything about my parents, they weren't in a hurry to start a family, I guess, I'm assuming. Either that or it was just a nice little lovely surprise for them. Grew up. My kid is growing up in Asheville. Like, yeah. And I do want to warn you, the kids are playing, so if there's a lot of noise in the background, that's probably why. So the next question is, have I considered Poshmark? When I heard this question and everything, I assumed you were talking about selling my things on Poshmark. And honestly, I really don't think anybody would want my things, because like a lot of my stuff comes from Walmart and Target and like places like that. Like I really don't put a lot of money into, like, especially with my clothes and like, you know, things like that, I don't really spend a whole lot of money on. Now I do have a few like luxury item things, but I just don't want to let them go quite, not yet at least. I do have a Poshmark like account, but it's just the only reason that I have it is so that I could buy stuff with it, especially if I'm looking for a particular item that I know if either one been discontinued or I just can't find a good deal on. I always go on Poshmark. So the next question is, do I think that vaping is the reason I'm coughing? Now, honestly, I only cough when I take really big hits off of my vape. And also I've been coughing a little bit more because I upped my nicotine. I went from a 6 to a 50. Not all at once though. Like, it was over a matter of a month that I did this with. And so, so yeah, I kind of do think so. I mean, I don't cough any other time. I mean, unless I'm like taking a really big hit or, when I first like up my nicotine level. But yeah, if you want to know more about vaping, just let me know. I'll be real and honest with you, or as real as honest as I can be, because I'm only going to tell you my knowledge of it. Alright, so the next question is, if I was more consistent on here as far as like posting up videos and stuff like that, do I think I would have a much bigger following? Honestly, yes, I think so. And let me tell you why. Because I feel like somehow in some way the YouTube algorithm does that sort of shit. Like, oh, you're uploading, you know, even if I had like a consistent like schedule, I probably would have more subscribers, just because people would be able to like rely on me to upload a video on this certain day at this certain time. But I am not consistent because, for one, I work a lot. Two, you know, when I'm out and about and everything, I still have a life outside of like my job and YouTube. So like I have to continue to do that. So really the only time that I ever have time to like edit videos or to even film is like either on my day off when I'm doing this and getting ready for the day, or late at night and I'm editing. And a lot of the times I'm really tired and I'm just don't feel like doing it. But yeah, I do think like if I had more, if my schedule was more not tied up with like work and like, you know, being an adult and everything, I would probably would be more consistent. I'd probably, and I'm sure I would probably have more of a following because, you know, people want to watch more content from me because I can upload every day or every other day or more than once or twice a week. You know what I'm saying? So I just stick to like doing a vlog a week, maybe even a video a week, you know, that I'm sitting down and talking to y'all like this or whatever, you know. The next set of questions is about my nails. So the like first question was somebody wanted to know, have I ever like tried polygel or even considered it? I haven't tried polygel. I don't know anything about it. I have watched people like do polygel, but to me, I don't think I would like it. I also like wonder if it is stronger than acrylic because that's what I have is acrylic. Now, I know that a while ago I did get some gel nails and they completely all broke off on me like within like 2 weeks. If it's anything like regular gel, then I don't think I would ever get it though, because especially if it's not nearly as sturdy as my acrylics are, and if they don't last me long, then no, sorry. Another question was, have I ever thought about doing on myself? And let me tell you, when we were shut down for COVID at the start and all the nail salons were completely closed down, I did try to do my own nails and I failed miserably. So I know that I'm not able to do my own nails. Honestly, I have no talent to sculpt a nail with. Let me just put it that way. I'm gonna let the professionals do it, you know? I remember this question. I remember somebody asking me about this, if I considered like doing what was it? I guess doing them on other people and making money that way. No. I am super scared to do other people's nails. Nails or hair, I get nervous about, because if I'm dyeing your hair, I am scared I'm gonna fuck it up, and especially if I'm cutting your hair, it's more of a permanent thing for a while. I mean, yeah, it grows back, but like at the same time, like it's more of a permanent thing for a little while. And then your nails, like I'm always scared, like, because I hear a lot of horror stories about like infections because of bacteria. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would probably be super sterile and super clean and stuff. It's just, you never know. You know what I'm saying? And then next question was asked if my nails are a necessity. Yes, they are. And I'll tell you the reason why. They make me feel good. They are part of me. Like they're, you know, nails are my jam, like my thing. You know, and it's one thing that makes me feel better. And let me tell you something. When I didn't have nails during COVID, I was so depressed. I didn't know what to do with myself, like literally. Like I had no nails, I didn't know what to do. I was lost. I was so stinking lost. And I know people are like, oh my god, you're just being so dramatic, but no, for real, like I was so just not myself because I didn't have my nails on. And the same goes with my hair. If I can't do crazy colors in my hair like I do now, I'm not happy. And I'm not myself. I get really depressed because I can't express myself in my individuality. Like, I don't want to be the normal, like, what everybody else is, you know. I want to be different than everybody else. The next part of this is just me kind of telling you some information about me and some facts about me that you may or may not know. If you're a more older subscriber, like you've been around for a while, you probably know a lot of this information, but this could be for anybody who doesn't know and has been following me for a while, or my newer subscribers who are just now getting to know me more in depth with this series. So the first thing is that I am obsessed with the combination pink and black. My favorite color is black, but my second favorite color is pink. If you did not know that, I know that's like two opposite colors on the color wheel, as far as to be like, because one's very girly and pink and kind of like a happy color, and then the other one's like more of a dark, depressed kind of color. But I like the combination because it's such a contrast in colors when you look at them, and I think that they just go together so well. In my opinion, they go together so well. So, favorite band, if anybody doesn't know this already, and anybody been sleeping under a rock, I love Motley Crue. I was Nikki Sixx for Halloween. I'm going to see them next August in concert, and like one day I will have Nikki Sixx's child, at least one of them. So next thing is, I am really obsessed with the 80s. The more older I get, the more obsessed I get with the 80s, just due to the fact that I was born at the end of the 80s, and I can relate. I think I can relate as far as like the music and everything. I just absolutely love the music, the culture. It was so DIY back during those times. The music is more, I feel like it's more, or I feel like it's less like the same thing. Like there was always something new and something catchy and different, especially like with rock and roll. Like there was so many genres of rock and roll. There was the hair metal, there was the heavy metal, the hardcore, all of that. And then on top of that, there was obviously the pop and the dance and all of the good stuff. Hip hop was freshly new back then as well, you know. Well, not really freshly new, but like, you know, it was in its like early stages and like kind of, you know, springing up, you know. So like I'm super obsessed with it. I love any of the like old TV shows that came out in the 80s. I love the hairstyles, the makeup, the trends, everything. I just love it all. Like the toys, even like when I was younger, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but I, like, every time the I Love the 80s show came on, I would sit there and watch every single freaking moment and episode of it. It was great. It was awesome. And even though I was born in 89, I still feel like I'm kind of like forever gonna be in the 80s. So the next thing is, I want to talk a little bit about my piercings, what I've had, what I haven't had, what I want to get done, and I'm also going to talk about my tattoos as well. Okay, first off, I want to start off with my piercings and what I have and what I have had. So I'm going to start off with what I don't have right now, and that is, I used to have my eyebrow pierced. I'm not sure if anybody remembers, like back in the day when I first started YouTube, I had an eyebrow ring, and this is where the scar came from, was from that eyebrow ring, or from that eyebrow piercing. But what happened was, I got it done when I was 14, and I got it done with a bunch of other piercings that I got for Christmas. My grandmother took me to get, I was planning on getting 11, but the guy was like, no, you're going to end up passing out after like the 6th one. So I did 6 piercings, but I really wanted to do more than 6. But obviously for reasons, you know, of me passing out and stuff, which I didn't. And I wanted more. He felt like 6 was probably the maximum that I probably could handle. But I had my eyebrow pierced. I've had my belly button pierced. I got in a fight about 2 weeks after I got the damn thing, and I got in a fight in gym, and the girl that I was in a fight with ripped it out of my stomach. So I have a scar from it now, as well. And then I had my right side of my nose pierced, but for some reason that side wanted to keep pushing the ring out, so that's why I have the piercing on this side now, is because of that reason. And I had this one pierced like 3 times trying to get it right. So what I do have is the obvious: my lip, my nose, my septum. I also have my tongue pierced, which you might have seen peeked out a little bit from time to time. I have 6 holes going up here and 2 up here on each side. And that's it as far as my piercings go. So I have a total of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 piercings now. Which is not a lot because a lot of them are just on my head. So now the piercings that I do want, I want to get 2 dermals right here on each side. I either want to get my Medusa or Monroe, or maybe all 3. I'm not even sure, because I like balance with my face. So if I was to do that, I would probably do both. I want to try to get this re-pierced again so I can have both sides done. I want 2 studs, and then obviously the ring in the middle. My nip knobs. And then I do want more ear piercings. I actually have this obsession with like the entire ear being full of jewelry on each side. So eventually I'll probably do that. I actually, my first hole I got pierced when I was in 5th grade. So that was like my very first piercing was in 5th grade. Shockingly, I didn't get it done when I was a baby because my parents never wanted that. They wanted me to make my own decision on that. And then I pierced all the way up to the 6th hole after the first one. So like from the 2nd hole all the way up. These 2 piercings, I have 2 of them. They were professionally done at a piercing shop. The same time I got my eyebrow, the nose, and I think I got my eyebrow, my nose, and then my cartilage done. Both cartilage done at the same time. So that's all that I want on my piercings. With tattoos, this one was the very first tattoo that I ever got. It is a theater masquerade mask. I actually had this specific mask with like the music note and all that stuff, and I wanted it tattooed because I was so obsessed with it. I had it for as long as I can remember, and I had it like just sitting on a wall or hanging on a wall, and I wanted it. So I took it with me, and the guy like basically did this. He actually added the bloody teardrop to it, and then we made the banner. You can't really see it now, but it's supposed to be like Mardi Gras colors, like purple and green. But that was my first tattoo. My grandmother bought it for me for my 18th birthday, right along with my Christmas gift before I turned 18, which was my tongue ring. And then the next one was the one on the back of my neck here. I have 6 tattoos so far. I'm wanting more though, but I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I've probably done a tattoo tour before, but this is my tattoo. I don't know if you can see it really good because of my shirt, but it is a tattoo shop's logo, and I only got it because it was free. It's supposed to be some sort of like Celtic cross or something like that, so I'm okay with that. It's supposed to be pink and black, but I don't think it's pink and black anymore. But I got that tattoo when I was 19. And then the next one was the one I got right after my daughter was born, which is her tattoo. It's her footprint with her full name. It takes up my entire arm. You guys probably seen this a lot. And I got that one when I was 21. Maybe I was 22 when I got this tattoo. So, got that. Then the next tattoos are my grandparents' tattoos that passed away. And the first one was my mamaw, which, I don't know if you can see it or not, but ooh, is that one. Don't mind the hairy legs. I got that one when she passed away, and me and my brother both went into the tattoo shop and got this tattoo in memorial for her. And it was his first tattoo and my fourth tattoo. And that was back in 2015. So I was 20, I think I was like 26. Maybe I was 25. I'm not sure. Or maybe I was around that, 25, 26. And then the next one, I have to go like this now. Mind the pattern on the thing, but this is the other one, and it just says Big Papaw because I had a little Papaw and a Big Papaw that passed away. I still have to get my little Papaw's tattoo done, but eventually I'm gonna add a car on there. Like, he has this old antique, like I think it was like the year that my mama and papa got married, which was like back in the 30s when they got married. But it's like an old Chevy, like 4-door sedan. I mean, he had it in his like garage, and that's what I remember of him. And then I have the lipstick on my hand. This one was the last one. I got it right before COVID. I got it on Friday the 13th, right before COVID. They announced that we were getting shut down and all the tattoo shops and stuff. The tattoos that I want now, on my back, I want this huge Disney piece. Basically what I want to do is start from the left side of my shoulder and do like the castle, and it just kind of be like multiple scenes, and like all my favorite characters just be plopped in different areas. Like Little Mermaid will be in the, like on a rock on the ocean. Of course I'm gonna have like the Fab Five, and I'm gonna have, you know, Belle and the Beast, and you know, I'm gonna have Maleficent. Like, I'm just gonna have all my favorite characters, and I'm gonna write a list out. And I know it's gonna be pretty I know it's gonna be a challenge for the tattoo artist when I decide that I want a particular tattoo artist, but yeah, I haven't found the right one for that. And this is gonna be eventually a whole sleeve of just things that describe me, or that I like, or whatever. I'm probably going to start off with like my hand right here, because my hand's going to be the one, it's going to be covered with makeup. I'm going to have like an eyeshadow palette. It's going to be shaped as a coffin, and it's going to have skulls in it. Like, everything that I do with my makeup stuff is going to have a skull in it, like this one, just to like flow together. I'm definitely going to do like the eyelash, you know, the trendy Pinterest eyelash thing that you put on your wrist. I'm going to do that. And then down here I'm going to do a makeup brush, and then on the other side I'm going to do a mascara wand, and then it's just going to kind of blend into the like other things that I did, you know what I'm saying? And then on this side, and then on my wrist right here, I'm going to do like a tribute to my mom and my dad, because I definitely want to do that. Even though they're still alive, I still want to do it. This arm, I think I'm gonna do a Harley Quinn, or like a pinup version of Harley Quinn. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do right now. I haven't really decided. I'm super obsessed with Harley Quinn, so I know I definitely want to get her tattooed somewhere on me, but I just haven't decided where I want it at. And then on my legs, my ankles are going to be reserved for my grandmother and my little Papaw. My little Papaw had a 1963.5 Ford Falcon in cherry red, and it was the most beautiful thing in the world. It was a convertible. I'm gonna get that tattooed with his name in a different font for my Big Papaw. And then on the other side, you know, my mammal's got a butterfly that's closed. Well, my nanny's is gonna be opened with the ovarian cancer sign, because they both have had ovarian cancer. And then I'm gonna put nanny on my my ankle. I do want some like thigh half sleeves. One will be like all my favorite serial killers. The other one will be my favorite Tim Burton characters. And that's a question that I need to ask you, because Jack Skellington and Sally and all of them are a Disney character. Do you think I should put them in with this tattoo or in my Disney tattoo, or just do a complete separate tattoo? What do you think? Comment, let me know, because I'm still kind of like unsure about that. I also want a portrait of Marilyn Monroe on me. I know I'm too much. But yeah, the only places that I probably don't think I'll probably get tattooed is like in this area and probably my feet, because I hear that your feet hurt a lot. I mean, I might end up ballsing up and like doing my foot, but we'll see on that. But that's all that I can think of as far as like what I want. I do want like full sleeves and tattoos everywhere, but it costs a lot of money and a lot of time, and I have to like schedule it to, you know, for convenience sake. So that's why I haven't really like fully like got it worked on. Maybe if I start doing better on YouTube, we'll see, or whatever, maybe if I get some sponsors. No, I don't really care. So the next fact is my mom and dad separated when I was 16. And my dad cheated on my mom, and that's why they split up. I mean, they were having like problems before that happened. Like they were arguing a lot, but like it really just ended when my dad cheated on her. And the last fact is I saw Star Wars for the very first time this time last year, which is 2019. And ever since I watched them, I'm obsessed with them. I even watched the Mandalorian series. I haven't watched the second season yet, but I watched it and I am obsessed. Fucking obsessed. Like, come here, hold on. Like, look who's on my table. Baby Yoda. And it's a bobble hand. Isn't he cute? Alrighty, so now is the time for you to vote on the next story time that I do while I get ready. So you have to do number 1, number 2, number 3. So number 1 is the Halloween that I lied about telling the truth. Also, spoiler, there is a fight in this story. So if you want to see that if you want to hear that story, number 1. Number 2, I can do a full story time on my parents' split and all of that good jazz. So that'll be number 2. And then number 3 is I can sit and talk about every one of my exes. And that's number 3. So comment on this video, let me know so I'll know what y'all would be interested in hearing. And then stay tuned for the next video because I will tell that story. Alright, so I hope that you liked this video. If you did, definitely thumbs up this video. Don't forget to comment story number 1, number 2, or number 3. And let me know what story you want to hear next. And if you're new here, please subscribe and become a puddin'. We would love to have you part of our family. And like I always say, whether you're dressed up, dressed down, you're beautiful. Bye.